Hey, Idol fanatics! Picture this, American Idol Season 23 finale. The confetti's ready to drop, the tension is insane, and Ryan Seacrest announces the winner, Jamal Roberts. Everyone is jumping, except for maybe one person. Did you catch it? The split-second moment that broke the internet? We're talking about CARRIE Underwood's face. Her reaction was anything but celebratory, immediately sparking rumors that there was real beef between the country queen and the new soul king. Was it a genuine shock, or something far more calculated? This isn't just about a funny screenshot. We're diving deep into the whole season to uncover the hidden tension between the judge and the contestant. This conflict wasn't just a finale fluke, it was bubbling beneath the surface ever since the top 10. We'll expose the real philosophical war that explains that single, controversial expression. Get ready, because the truth about the judges' table dynamic is about to be revealed. Before we dissect every awkward smile and side-eye, let's show some love for the drama. Hit that like button if you think something shady was going on, share this with your idol-watching friends, and please subscribe so you never miss our next deep dive into Hollywood's juiciest secrets. Let's get right into the action. A study in expression. Let's not just glance at that moment, let's analyze the tape frame by frame. When Ryan Seacrest delivered the famous line, "And the next American Idol is Jamal Roberts," the studio exploded. But the biggest pop wasn't from the confetti cannon, it was the online shockwave caused by CARRIE Underwood. Her jaw seemed to tighten, her eyes widened for just a second, and then her entire demeanor, the posture that usually screams confidence and joy, seemed to deflate. This wasn't a quick "oh no my pick lost" reaction, it lingered. And here's the kicker, when Jamal started singing his victory single, "Heal," she was seen sitting back down while both Luke and Lionel were still standing and cheering. Think about that, the Idol legend, who knows exactly how this moment feels, appeared to deliberately step out of the celebratory moment. It signaled to millions of viewers that something was fundamentally wrong with the result, or perhaps, with the winner himself. This visual dissent was the ultimate clickbait captured live. CARRIE's harsh critique. To understand the finale, we have to rewind to the top 10 performance night. This is where the professional friction officially began. Jamal had delivered a soulful, powerhouse number, yet CARRIE's feedback was noticeably cold and dismissive compared to her usual glowing praise for other contestants. She hit him hard, suggesting he was too comfortable in his R&B and gospel pocket, and essentially told him his performances were becoming predictable. For a contestant who relies heavily on fan votes, receiving such a pointed, genre-specific critique from an Idol icon is a major psychological blow. It suggested she didn't see him evolving into a mainstream global star. This critique wasn't just about the notes, it was about CARRIE questioning his entire artistic direction, a clear sign that her vision for the season 23 winner did not align with Jamal's reality. Country versus soul philosophy. The tension between CARRIE and Jamal wasn't personal, it was ideological. CARRIE represents the perfect, polished, globally successful idol blueprint, a blend of country roots and pop crossover appeal. Her advice often pushes singers towards commercial viability and mainstream radio sound. Jamal, however, is a vessel of raw, unadulterated soul and gospel. He prioritized authenticity and emotional depth over pop radio format. This created a philosophical chasm on the judging panel. While Lionel Richie, the soul legend, championed Jamal's purity and depth, CARRIE pushed back, perhaps seeing a winner who wouldn't fit the typical Hollywood records mold she and the brand usually produce. It became a proxy war. Was Idol looking for the next country superstar, or a groundbreaking soul legend? CARRIE's visible displeasure at the end was the final statement in this genre battle. The contestant CARRIE was betting on. Let's be real, judges always have favorites, and producers definitely have favorites. Whispers in the industry indicated that the judging panel, and particularly the machine behind the show, had heavily invested their enthusiasm and promotional focus on a different finalist, likely one with a more country-adjacent appeal that aligned better with the show's demographic strength. When the votes came in, and Jamal, the soul outsider, smashed those internal predictions, it was a cataclysmic shock for the production team and, visually, for CARRIE. Her reaction wasn't aimed at Jamal's worth as a human, it was the visible meltdown of a carefully constructed plan being destroyed by the unpredictable power of the American Idol voting public. The anti-Carrie on the panel. The drama wouldn't have been so compelling without the perfect foil, Lionel Richie. Lionel wasn't just supportive of Jamal, he was his fiercest defender and promoter on the panel. He coined the famous term, Jamalize, celebrating Jamal's ability to take any song and infuse it with his own unique, soulful DNA. This was the exact opposite of Carrie's demand for conformity. Lionel's constant validation undermined Carrie's more critical stance, effectively breaking the 22-year dry spell. Jamal's victory carried an immense weight of history. He was the first black male winner since Ruben Studdard in 2003, 2 decades earlier. This fact made every moment of the finale hyper-scrutinized, especially the reactions of the judges. When fans saw Carrie's muted response during this historically significant moment, the criticism went beyond typical reality TV drama. It tapped into sensitive narratives about the show's voting patterns and its perceived preference for non-soul winners over the last 2 decades. For many viewers, her expression was interpreted as a sign of disapproval towards this historical shift, compounding the backlash and giving the controversy deep cultural resonance. Editing and exhaustion. Let's be fair and look at the counter-narrative. The most common defense of Carrie was the plea of technical fatigue and selective editing. The American Idol finale is a brutal, 3-hour marathon of live television. Carrie might have been genuinely exhausted, dealing with earpieces, camera cues, or simply bracing herself for the final moments. Furthermore, television editing is designed to create drama. That single freeze frame of her looking displeased, juxtaposed against the joy, is ratings gold. While this defense is plausible, the fact remains that her reaction was visibly different from her co-judges, and in the high-stakes world of reality TV, perception is reality. Idol's business model. The Idol machine is ultimately a profit machine. The show's success is tied to the winner's ability to sell records and tour tickets under the Hollywood Records label. Historically, winners who align with the pop or country charts offer a safer return on investment. The soul gospel market, while passionate, is often niche. Carrie's reaction might have been pure financial anxiety. She knows the business. Was her face reflecting her doubt that Jamal's specific sound would translate into the massive, quick return sales the brand relies on? It was the look of someone realizing the market just chose the less predictable path for their multi-million-dollar business venture. Neutralizing the drama. What made the controversy eventually fizzle out was Jamal Roberts' own conduct. While the internet was melting down over Carrie's expression, Jamal maintained a masterclass in humility and professionalism. He didn't fuel the rumors, he didn't make any passive-aggressive social media posts, and he just focused on his family and his music. His composed and grateful attitude in interviews and on social media robbed the drama of its oxygen. By refusing to engage with the negativity, even when fans tried to bring it up, Jamal proved that his character was bigger than any small-screen feud, effectively turning the focus back onto his spectacular, hard-earned victory. A war of expectations. So, to give you the ultimate truth about the shocking reaction, it was a war of expectations, captured perfectly on camera. CARRIE Underwood, the seasoned professional and global brand, expected a certain outcome, one that aligned with her genre expertise and the show's past successes. Jamal Roberts, the unexpected soul powerhouse and people's champion, delivered a different outcome entirely. Carrie's frozen expression was the visible manifestation of that expectation gap. It wasn't hatred, it was surprise, disappointment that her prediction failed, and perhaps a moment of frustration that the voters ignored the technical advice she had given. That shock is what makes the moment legendary, sealing its place in Idol history. Thanks for watching. Find more interesting videos in our channel playlist.